Trading is it's a drug, bro, and that's something that's gonna take you to either the next level or maybe on your dreams a little bit.
And like when God bless you, especially abundantly, he don't bless you just for you. He bless you to be able to bless other folks. You know what I'm saying? And your family is very important. Kids, parents, things like that, man.
That's something that really taught me is emotional control will 100% make you money.
Shine the lights on me. Shine the lights on me. Shine the lights on me. Shine the lights on me, bitch. Shine the lights on me. Shine the lights on me. Shine the lights on me. Shine the lights on me, bitch. Shine the lights on me. It's your boy PT. Coming through like a G. Kicking it in NC. Charlotte represent.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Raw and Uncut podcast. Today, as you see, we have a guest. We got Gerson, the credit guru. Nappy, as always, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. Just trying to get over this goddamn cold.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Feeling a little under the weather?
Under the weather. My voice ain't all the way there today, but
Yeah.
happy to be here.
Yes, sir. Powering through, huh?
Yeah, I ain't got no choice.
Yes, sir. So, as we just mentioned, we have Gerson over here, man, the credit guru. Man, this man can do some powerful things, and he has some powerful knowledge for you guys today, okay? So, Gerson, tell us, where you from, man?
A pleasure to be here, bro. I'm from Miami, Florida. Born and raised there, man. 12 years.
Okay.
Out to Colorado a few years. Back to Jacksonville, Florida. Living here in Tampa, though, full time, bro.
Right.
Tampa.
Go ahead and say it one time, man. Duval. Yes, sir.
Love
Yes,
it,
sir. Man, so how did you get into the credit game?
It's actually a great story, and it starts with trading. It starts with Forex. Bro.
Okay.
So I got into the credit game because of the mentor I met back in my trading days with I Am Academy.
Okay.
I'm sure we all know. But yeah, man, I was working with him with trading and just like mindset, finances. Like I was only 18, bro. So I was like, I need someone to help. My parents weren't, like totally financially savvy. So I needed a little extra help. And Cody Svarla, shout out Cody. He's the man when it comes to credit. He started up, credit repair, business funding, putting an ecosystem together, and we just went full on with it. I ran with him, and I've learned so much, man. Thank God.
Nice. So you said whenever you were 18, you got into credit?
When I was 18, I got into trading and credit.
Okay.
In senior class, bros, and whatever, like history, whatever was math, just trading on my laptop.
Right.
I loved it, bro.
Nice. Fully behind the computer, getting it all done, huh?
Bro, since 18 years old, I was thinking, how can I get rich, bro? How can I put my family on? How can I build something that's not gonna die?
Right.
Because people die twice in this world. The day our bodies physically pass and the day that our name's mentioned for the last time.
Right.
So I want to build something that's gonna be generational.
Right.
Most definitely.
So they actually died 3 times. So they die when their dreams die too.
Oh, that's
You
some
know
real
what I'm
shit.
saying? Like when they give up. So you die before you die. You know what I'm saying?
Die before you die, man. That's unfortunately, bro. That's something that without the proper mentorship, without the proper education in the financial department, that's the truth for a lot of people. They die before they die, man.
Yeah.
Their dreams die.
Yeah.
They don't have any way to fund it.
Right. And that's crazy that you started like with that, even that mindset at 18 years old. Like you was already thinking about your family, you know what I'm saying? Thinking about generational wealth, and thinking about getting into something that's going to sustain after you pass. It's not a lot of people that's your age, it's not a lot of people our age that think like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
what kind of gave you that mindset as an 18-year-old, or what happened in your life that make you like, man, let me just figure out something that I can do longevity instead of just thinking like college and working a job and retire and things like that. So what gave you the mindset?
Trading is it's a drug, bro, and that's something that's gonna take you to either the next level or maybe shit on your dreams a little bit. Because I saw people making 50 grand in a day, 100 grand in a week
From trading?
from trading.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, dude, how are they doing this? Like my professors are looking to make an extra maybe 10 grand the next year with a bonus.
Right.
And these guys are doing that in the morning, in the morning session on the charts. So that's what really kind of changed my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And it showed me like, dude, money is not hard to make. There's just the right tools you got to learn and the right skills you got to master. Like
For sure.
trading is not like a skill of being able to go onto the charts and read patterns. That's the most basic it gets. Like business, it's all psychological, same as trading.
Right.
It's a psychological game most people can't handle. 95% or more of traders fail. 95%. Yeah, 95% plus of traders, entrepreneurs, and people in sales, they fail because the psychological pressure it puts on you
Right.
is a lot, and like the trading game put me onto it.
Right. Okay.
Being in control of like your emotions throughout the entire process. Like we were saying, like entrepreneurship, whether it's trading, selling, it comes with its ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? Like you may have a hot month where you're selling, goddamn, you may make 12, 20K that month. You know what I'm saying? But just like you have those highs, you also know that at one point you could also have those lows too. So being able to just kind of like work yourself throughout the entire time and just kind of staying steady is probably like a huge thing for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
And when you're feeling good, you get a little rush of dopamine, which makes you be a little bit greedy.
Right.
You start risking more than you want to, over leveraging what you can actually afford, and then you might lose it. Now you're feeling really distraught, and now you're not ballsy enough to really risk it again,
Right.
because you almost taught yourself that it's not good to do that because you had the wrong behaviors in the first place.
For sure.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
bro. So that's something that really taught me is emotional control will 100% make you money.
Right.
If you can
Right.
control what's up here, you can control what's in here, man.
Right. Okay. And so that's how you got started. You got started in day trading.
That's just what gave me that mindset of the like emotional control, and money is not a scarce asset.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
That's just show that you could do that with sales. You could do that with like the restaurant game. You see, like maybe you make more money than you ever saw in a month because you just had an amazing month at the restaurant, had a new product release, new flavor, new location, whatever it is. And you're like, oh, whoa, like that wasn't that hard.
Right. Right.
I just made 2x, 3x, whatever saw anyone make. Like for me, my parents, my dad made probably almost six figures or right above for a large majority of his life. And that's what I want to do. I was like, I want to make 100K in a year.
Right.
Like, hell yeah, that's what everyone wants to do. I want to make 100K in a year. And then you start seeing people make 100K in a month, and you're like, whoa. I got to put that bar a little higher.
Yeah.
Put my
Right.
family on too.
Right.
You know, that's something I don't respect is when people see this lifestyle and they leave their family in the dust.
Right.
I want to bring them up with me.
Most definitely.
We talk about that all the time, right? As far as like being successful, it's actually bigger than you. It's bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? Like when God bless you, especially abundantly, He don't bless you just for you. He bless you to be able to bless other folks. You get what I'm saying? And your family is very important. Kids, parents, you know, things like that, man. So once you got into day trading, what did you go to next? Because you're young. You're only 21, right?
Yes, sir.
So that was only like 3 years ago when you started day trading. All right. So what was like the next step after day trading?
After day trading, I'm still dabbling in the charts, but my focus was on life insurance.
Right. Okay.
I was in my second semester of college. I did a little bit of like pre-work in high school, so I had like my first semester of college done. So my second semester was my first semester of sophomore year. And midway through the semester, October 2023, Cody, who I was working with credit, you know, I was in school trading and just selling credit. And then he was like, bro, do you trust me? I was like, yeah, like, what's up? He called me up, I'm on my patio. You trust me? I'm like, yeah, what's up? Like, what's up? All right, I need you to get a life insurance license and get it done immediately. And we're going to make a shit ton of money. And I was like, all right, bet.
That's a good homeboy too.
I swear.
That's a good
All right,
homeboy.
bro, if that's the move, that's the move. Because he got connected to Jay Masca, Nonstop Financial. Shout out Jay. And they were connected for about 2 to 3 years. And like what we were talking about earlier, when it comes down to building a credibility for yourself, they were kind of watching each other for the 2-3 years that they were coming up in entrepreneurship. You know, Cody with credit, Jay with just life insurance. And they built that credibility by sticking around. You know, they saw each other still posting results, still developing on social media. They finally like, all right, let's just put it two together. So we
Nice.
added life insurance into our credit industry.
Nice.
And now we have a whole life insurance sector of, you know, sales, agency building, and even credit selling for people that don't want to sell life insurance. Awesome. Have an extra tool on your tool belt. That individual that needs help with their credit, you can be the one that sells it to them. I'll show you what to do, and you can do that. So we have a credit agency, life insurance agency, and we just partner the two, just financial services all together.
Awesome. That's awesome, man, for sure. And I've done quite a bit of research on life insurance myself, man. So you're experienced in the game. So could you tell the people a little bit about like IULs?
I can go pretty long into IULs, and I'll tell a little bit about it, though.
Because this is some game right here.
Right.
Yeah, man. So I want to preface it with a 4-pillar process to wealth generation and wealth preservation. This is like the foundation of our entire company. And that's infinite living, our credit side, my company, Maya Foundation. Our motto is credit repair, to remove the negatives off your credit report. That way we can actually have a clean credit report to start building on.
All right.
Credit repair is done. Awesome. Second pillar, credit development. We're going to add positives to your credit report. We're going to get right cards, the right banks, high limits, taking advantage of those points that you're going to get, those bonus offers. So we're going to build that the personal report. Awesome. It looks good. Now we look at the business side, the business credit. Because for individuals that don't know, you can get a business line of credit attached to your LLC. So it's not on your personal SSN, but what we do a personal guarantee. We use your personal credit. If it's great, awesome. We have a few different requirements. Once that looks good, we can get a $25K, $50K, $100K plus a business line of credit for 0% interest intro period.
Wow.
That might last between 9 to 16 months.
Right.
And individuals that still have money left over on their balance, like at the end of that intro period, it's not a big deal. We can actually do a balance transfer, roll it over into another business card. That way you're not paying, 20% interest on 30 grand.
Right.
To avoid that. And we get that business credit. Awesome. Now we can start scaling your business or even start your business.
Right.
Whatever that may be. But that's money that's not coming out of your pocket. Keep the cash in your pocket.
Right.
Use other people's money, the bank's money.
To make more money.
OPM, man. And from there, the 4th pillar is just preservation. So put that money to work. If you're making money in, man, you got to put a little aside to let something work for you.
Right.
And what we found to be the best, pillar to do that, the best actual vessel to do that was life insurance. And something the IUL really does, to kind of tie back how the IUL works, I want to preface why the IUL has so much value when we're looking at this process.
Right.
Because we're making money in our business. We use the OPM to scale. And now we can start an IUL for yourself to not only, obviously for life insurance, protect your family when you die,
right,
but so much more than that.
Facts.
If you were to get sick right now, God forbid, if you were to get critically, chronically, terminally ill, critically injured, and you couldn't work another day right now, do you have a backup source of income to replace the bills without coming out of your savings, without coming out of retirement?
Right.
Most people, the answer is no. I mean, most people don't have something like that. An IUL has something called living benefits. If you do get critically, chronically, terminally ill, you can access your death benefit, the actual life insurance money. You can access that ahead of time and use it to cover any extra bills you're having. Replace your income, protect your retirement, protect your assets. So that's one really important part about it. But the cash value growing inside of an IUL is indexed universal life insurance. So it's indexing based off of an index like the SPX 500.
Right.
When the market grows, you make money in your policy, right? It's growing in the market. When the market's taking a little bit of a crap, taking a dip, there's a 0% floor, so you can't actually lose your accumulated value in the market.
Right.
So on any given year, when you're putting money into the policy, we're having a negative year, like a stock market crash or recession, you're not worried about losing your asset.
Right.
It's protected, 0% floor. And with that, because it has a death benefit attached to it, that life insurance money, it is now considered a tax-free asset.
Right.
Uncle Sam can't touch it.
Right.
So if Uncle Sam is staying out of your pockets, that's always a good thing.
Always a great thing.
Facts.
Right.
Big facts.
It's always a good thing. And now you can start using that money as collateral. It's like a HELOC loan.
Right,
You have
okay.
your real estate growing. You could take a line of credit based off the equity you have in your home. Same thing with life insurance. With an IUL, you can take a loan against the equity you have inside your life insurance. And now you can start using that money tax-free to invest, to down payments on a home, real estate, or just save it up and use that for a source of supplemental tax-free retirement income in the future.
Right. So explain to people that don't know too much about life insurance, because it's very important, especially the way people just dying, you know what I'm saying, these days, and unexpected deaths and things like that. I didn't even know that you could do that much with life insurance. You get what I'm saying? So that just taught me some game. But what are you looking at as far as like monthly payments or getting started, not to be a life insurance agent, but somebody that might need life insurance on them or on their kids or, you know, their spouse?
I believe almost everybody needs life insurance.
Right.
Because there's one thing true about every single person. We're all going to die.
Right.
And most of us, 99% of us, have something we want to protect when we leave behind, whether it's a family member, an asset, a business. We have something we want to protect.
Right.
Not everybody, so I'm not going to say everybody, but 99% of individuals have that something they want to protect. So everyone should have life insurance at the very basic. And a good starting point for an IUL, though, is a little more advanced life insurance where you can actually make like retirement money with that, use it as a retirement product and life insurance, income protection, really have a lot of exposure covered.
Right.
So it's a lot of risk management when we get something like this set up, because if shit hits the fan and you don't have income and you still have bills coming in, what then?
Right.
You have 2 kids to feed, you have a wife to feed, maybe she has to pick up another job, maybe she can't handle that, or maybe she's already working 2 jobs.
Right.
Who knows? So it's really good to have those risks protected. A good starting point, though, for an IUL for somebody is if you don't have any DUIs in the last 5 years, you can get one. If you don't have any felonies in the past 10 years, you can get one. If you have an active driver's license, you can get one. And then the last thing is obviously it's life insurance. So they do a health underwriting. They'll look at prescription use, to look at maybe like cancer, strokes, heart attacks, seizures, COPD, diabetes, whatever. And, you know, as long as you're healthy, you're not taking 5 medications, most people qualify on terms of that.
Okay.
You know, but a whole nother rabbit hole is the prescription system and
all the
the
underwriting,
pharmaceutical system of them pushing pharmaceuticals to everybody. And most people don't qualify for awesome products like this now because they're taking a medication they were prescribed 5 years ago. And they're like, yeah, I mean, I just take this for my blood pressure. I don't know.
Right.
But all you got to do is like stop eating McDonald's.
That'll help out, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So a question for you, man. So would you say, you know, people that are able to qualify for this, you know, the IUL, get that, and then they're making a steady income, you know, and they're just throwing things in like their savings, would you say this is a very good way to start investing if you're unfamiliar? You know what I'm saying? You feel like IUL is a good way to start putting your money away other than like a 401k if you don't know a whole lot about like the stock market, the real estate, that kind of thing?
I like to stay away from the word invest with an IUL because you can't lose money like an investment in the market. Right? There's no actual market risk that would classify it as an investment.
Right.
It is an awesome place to store some money, though. I never agree with anybody putting all their eggs in one basket, obviously, but it is something that is really good for supplemental coverage. And a good starting point is 5 to 10 times your age. You know, like for example, I'm 21 right now. I'm putting in like $200 a month into my IUL, so just 10 times my age.
Right. Okay.
And that's a really good starting point. So if you can do 5 to 10 times your age, you're in an awesome position. You can put some money aside, monthly or quarterly, annually, whatever, into an IUL. It'll grow for you annually, compounds annually, grows tax-free, access it tax-free, and then have that protection, obviously, where you're not gonna worry about the market crashing.
Damn, man, that's dope.
Yeah,
Pretty cool products,
man.
man. I never learned about it in school, bro.
Right. These are the things that's the reason we wanted to bring you on the podcast, because these are the kind of conversations that they don't teach you in school. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about that on our last episode. A lot of things they teach you in school is how to become an employee, how to come work for them. You know what I'm saying? And then after you leave high school and you go to a college and you're paying all these monies for scholarships and things like that. What they're not called scholarships. What are they called?
All the money for like tuition.
Tuition. And then most people that go to college and they pay for tuition, they don't get a job in the field that they took in college. So now you're just working just to pay this tuition back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So these are the type of conversations that they should teach you in school. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of conversations that can change your life and help you, you know what I'm saying, and maintain and things like that, man.
100%. Most definitely. And just like you're saying, because like the IUL, it compounds over time, and then still, like, you know, God forbid something happens, you pass away, don't you still get like the whole amount as well?
What's awesome about it it's so flexible, right? There's so many ways to structure an IUL. There's so many ways to do it that there's a way to pretty much make anything happen with the policy. If you pass away while you're still funding the policy, the death benefit and the cash value, the initial face value, the death benefit, and the cash value will all pay out to your beneficiary.
Right.
Right. Depending on how you structure it, though, it might only be the death benefit and not any of the cash value.
Right. Okay. So is the cash value is the money that you putting in every month?
It's like the equity you're building inside.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the cash value. And again, if you can put in 5-10 times your age into a policy like that over the 10-15 years minimum, ideally until you're retired, you're gonna have a nice little nest egg by the time you're looking to retire and tax-free income. What's awesome about that is people don't realize that the money they're going to be making from their 401ks and even just like old IRAs or the TSP they had from the military, they don't realize that that might actually increase their tax bracket if they're going to have a nice, retirement income. It might increase your tax bracket. And now they're paying more in taxes than they really should. So if you have an extra source of income that's not going to put you at risk of increasing a tax bracket, you paying an extra 5-10% in taxes just because you're making X amount more money, awesome. We can do that with the IUL.
Right. Okay.
And what the cool part about these is life insurance policies, you're paying them, for life usually. In your head, it's like, yeah, I have life insurance policy, I pay it till I die.
Right.
An IUL, we can actually put money into it, let's say till age 65 or age 67. Average retirement age right now in the U.S. is age 67. So if we put it into age 67, we stop paying it at age 68, and it'll last the rest of your life, and you can still pull income from it.
Right. Okay. So this is what you were talking about earlier, where you said like if something happened when you get like eternally ill and you can't work anymore, you can use your IUL.
Yeah, you can use the cash value or even the death benefit.
Oh, the death benefit. Wow. Okay.
Actual life insurance money designed to pay when you die, that would become available for you to use. Maybe 30 to 90% of it. Make easy numbers. Say you had $100K death benefit. You got sick, God forbid, a stroke. You can access 30 to like 60% of that death benefit. So 30 to 60K.
That is
either
crazy.
in a lump sum or maybe a monthly installment. Just make sure you got bills paid.
Right.
Shit's the fan, man.
Right.
Man, I'm about to get an IUL. yeah, man. You feel me? Like,
Yeah, welcome to my sales pitch, guys.
not even just for the money that comes, just like I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm 39 years old, man, and it's like people been telling me about it, but I was just so into my type of hustle and what I do in my life. But these are the important things that you need to know. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
Man,
And that's why it's so important to build these connections, man.
Right.
Because me having access to like connections like you, man, it's wonderful, bro.
Right.
It's always great to have a strong network of people that are doing similar things to you, but not the same,
the
bro.
same
Like, if
thing,
we're all doing
yeah,
the same
right.
thing, it's almost like we're competing.
Competing
with
with
each
each
other,
other,
right?
right.
Big
I
facts.
want to compete against other guys
Right.
with our group,
Right.
have a strong circle.
And also have people in your strong circle that motivates you to go harder. You get what I'm saying? It's like whatever I lack, you know. You get what I'm saying? Whatever you lack, I know, and things like that. That's why your team is the most important thing to have, man. You are only as successful as the group of people you be around.
That's
You know
big
what I'm saying?
facts.
Same thing with your family. You got to pick them up when you're doing good. Same thing with the team. I'm not gonna say guys because I have girls on my team too.
Right.
With the team, if you're doing good and you're finding something that works and you're finding some success in something, it's your responsibility to put your hand down and lift them up, man.
Right.
Even if you lift them up higher than you, they're doing the same, man. Like that's how we keep growing and building off each other.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Big facts.
Just like when you're in a marriage and your wife had to file for bankruptcy, but you kept your credit good and you kept your finances good, and then she filed for bankruptcy and she keeps everything, and then you build her. She becomes an authorized user on your credit and you build her back up. You know what I'm saying? So
Sounds like coming from experience right here.
yeah, I know a little something. I ain't as detailed as you, man, but I know a little something, man. Yeah.
So for the people out there, remember, life insurance is not for when you die. Get it while you're alive. It's very beneficial towards
While
you
you're
and
alive.
your family.
All
I'm
right.
just saying, get that credit up too, man. It's easier than I think. Like credit repair is something I feel like is a little bit demonized on social media. I see it, but when it comes down to it, all it is us removing, like legally and lawfully removing and disputing all the negative items damaging your credit report.
Right.
That Chase card you applied for, you didn't get approved for, has a hard inquiry on your credit report, and it's going to stay there for 2 years. or we could just remove it.
Right.
You know, because when you're looking at business funding, like I was mentioning earlier, that's a requirement where you can't have any negative items on there to get you the most funding, right? To get you the clients the most funding, we want to have a clean report.
Right.
We can remove the inquiries. We can remove the late payments that they had, collections, charge-offs, repos, bankruptcies, evictions. We can remove it all.
Are you gonna remove evictions too?
Hell yeah.
Oh wow, y'all hear that? Yeah, repo, repossessions.
Yep. Back in, I think it was October, we had a guy that was screwed over by someone that he was working with in foreign car rentals, exotic car rentals.
Mm-hmm.
And he had like $750,000 of repossessions and collections on his report.
Damn.
We removed it all.
Damn. So tell them like what's the length of time that it'll take for y'all to if just somebody with the worst credit came to you and they wanted to get their credit fixed, which give them like a time frame, the worst case scenario and the best case scenario.
Time frame. Let's say you got just a couple collections, maybe a couple late payments. We can knock that out in 90 days, maybe 4 to 5 months tops. Right now, if we're looking at you have multiple repossessions, you know, you have 10 to 15, 25 plus actual negative items on the report, it might take us closer to like that 6-7 month range. But we do have an option for individuals that don't want to wait, that need shit done now. Our express repair, we'll get it done in 30 to 90 days.
Y'all hear that? They can change your life in 30 to 90 days, up to 7 months.
100%.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, this is our standard package. We say average time 4 to 7 months because we do 4 rounds of repair. Each round is 30 to 45 days.
Right.
That's how long the bureaus legally have to actually respond to the information we're sending to them.
Right.
It's 45 days.
Okay.
So.
And this is 100% guarantee you can clear the credit report.
So I don't like using the word guaranteed either, but based off of the history we've had, we have a 100% success rate in the past 3 years you've been in business.
Nice.
That's the strongest guarantee I can give you.
Right. Just give them the stats, right?
Sound like a guarantee to me.
I swear.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. And I think if you're sitting at home with bad credit and no life insurance, you don't got to come to me, but go to somebody.
Right. That stuff's
100%.
life-changing, just like you said, too, man, because, I mean, without good credit, it's hard to get damn near anything. You know what I'm saying? A car, a house, whatever the fuck you want.
Any damn thing. Yeah, man, your life can be miserable without good credit, without credit, period. Yeah, man, so that's what we want to express the importance of having good credit.
Hell yeah.
Right.
And now my importance of getting IUL, you know what I'm saying?
Facts, big facts.
100%.
Life insurance.
If you're sitting at home and you learned about credit, life insurance in school, high school, or college, you're like in the top 2% of the United States. Did you ever learn about credit or life insurance in high school at all, or college?
No, no, I didn't. And even when I was around that age, the way my mama taught me was like credit was bad. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of our older generation thought credit was bad. But as I got older and learned credit is not bad, it's how you utilize that credit. Like you can get rich off of OPM, off of other people's money. You just got to be able to
Cash flow with your credit.
Cash flow as well, but also know how to utilize the credit. You know what I'm saying, to make money for you. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of our parents back in the day, when they used credit to shop, to buy things that they can't afford.
Right.
And that's what put you in a bad position of having credit. You get what I'm saying? So they did not teach us that at all. I learned credit the wrong way, but if I would have learned credit as quick as early as you, man, I would have been way further in my life a lot faster. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
And these are the things that we need to teach to the community and the younger kids about these type of conversations. You get what I'm saying? Things that can help you succeed in life, you know?
University of Tampa sent my ass to collections, bro.
They send you collections?
Sent me to collections.
You got that shit right off.
After off my semester in time, I was like 2 days late. They charged me half the semester. It was like it's $12,000 right now on my credit report.
Right now?
Right now. We're moving in the process, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. The schools, all that shit is a robbery, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you charging me all this money to teach me a subject that I might not even use in real life, but you're not telling me none of the things that I need to succeed. You know what I'm saying? Like, outside of school. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing I wish they taught in school was how to actually survive in life in the real world. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Like, how to manage your finances.
Right.
How to put some money away and saving. How to you get paid X amount, putting X% into this, X% into here. Just how to divvy up what you're doing, so that way you're not breaking even every month or going negative every month.
Trying
Right.
to figure it out.
And
Like,
even
where
then,
did that money go?
And even then, like, teaching at least the basic level, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand if you got to take more classes to get, more advanced shit, you know what I'm saying? But, like, at least at the basic level, it's like, okay, what are the consequences of, you not paying your bills on time? Like, the basic shit,
Yeah,
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
yeah. Not the high interest rates. Like, teach us about interest rates. When
Right.
you know what I'm saying? When you lose your car or if your credit is poor and things like that, man. They didn't teach us any of that in school. But do they teach that in college? Like, even if you go to, like, if your major is like finance or business or things like that, do they teach you that or no?
I only did 2 semesters, and the time I was there, I was taking, the 101 classes, the 201 classes.
Okay.
I didn't get into any of that. They showed you, how to credit and debit your checkbook at the end of the month, and that was about it.
That's crazy.
That was about it right there.
That's
but
crazy.
no, I wish they did.
Right.
I'll teach the class. Pay me.
Right, for
Right.
sure. So are you into teaching classes? Like, are you just you doing life insurance and you doing credit repair and things like that? But are you actually doing classes for people that want to learn how to do credit?
I could make money doing that, but everything I'm doing right now is, you want to come work with me? Let's partner.
Right, man.
Instead of me being the guru or like quote unquote the mentor,
Let's get it together.
let's do this shit together. I'll teach you what I'm doing. Let's grow.
Right.
Like I'll show you what to do. You can use the same resources I have, no different. Same leads for life insurance, same leads for credit repair, same system, same everything. All how you use it. And if I can partner with individuals and show you what I'm doing, let's make $1 million together.
Man, no offense to nobody, but that's why I like having white friends, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not even bullshit, man. Like, a lot of my white friends that I had in my life, one thing about, I'm not saying this black or white thing or whatever, you know what I'm saying, because it's good and bad, but a lot of my white friends that I had in life, man, they don't care about teaching you the game. You get what
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
facts.
they will teach you the game and help you succeed and hope you succeed because it's not hurting them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
our people, sometimes black folks feel like if I give you the game and I teach you how to do something, you're going to do it better than me, or you don't need, it's more a competition. Like, man, me lighting your counter was not, put my counter out. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Take no fire from you.
Yeah, don't take no fire from my counter lighting your counter. You know what I'm saying? So I think we all need to have that same mindset, man. Like, let's come together and let's help each other out. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know something and I know it, what's wrong with me giving you the game? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, there's very few things in life that make me happier than like seeing my homies win or seeing people I'm working with win. Like, for the past couple of years in life insurance, I've seen people come and go. I've also seen people that I started with that are killing it with me.
Right.
And like that, it fires me up, man. It's
Same
like,
here, man.
I know X amount of more individuals are going to be along those lines. So we're going to have to go through maybe 100 more people to find those 10 dogs that are serious about their life and want to change.
Right.
But dude, it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's how many no's are you willing to get through?
To get
To get that yes.
Yes, man. Like,
That
that's
one
just
yes
sales
can change your
101.
life.
Big facts.
That
That's
one
right.
yes will change your life,
Right.
bro. 100%.
Right.
I've had some crazy deals like over the past year, and it was like end of the night. I dial a lot of Hawaii leads because they're 5-6 hours behind.
Right.
It'll be 1 a.m., 2 a.m. here. It's only 7 p.m. or 7 p.m., 8 p.m. over in Hawaii. Still dialing leads, like getting that late night close action. It's like,
Right.
I want it bad, bro.
Right. He like Jordan Belfort. You know what that is,
Yeah,
right?
we got the Wolf of Wall
Oh,
Street.
Yeah, the Wolf of
Wolf,
Wall
man.
Street, for sure, man. We actually, both of us actually listening to that book right now,
Oh,
man.
swear, yeah.
The Way of the Wolf.
The way of the
man.
wolf, yep.
Yes, sir, man. But me and Ski the same way, man. Like, he want to see me win, I want to see him win. We teach each other shit every day, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, without each other, like, we didn't taught each other so much stuff to make each other better. You get what I'm saying, man?
Hell
So
yeah.
the way you think and as young as you are, man, and think like that, man. When I first met you, I told you you're gonna be successful, man. You know what I'm saying?
Remember that, bro. Hell
Yeah, when
yeah.
I first met you, it was just an aura about you, just your vibe, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, things like that. Like, you're gonna be successful. And then when I found out, I thought you were older, to be honest. Like, I thought you were older. I didn't know you was 20. You was 20 when I met you. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I was 20, yeah.
Yeah, because you're 21 now, so I met you a year ago. Yeah, and to hear that you're only 21 years old, man, like, you is way ahead of the game.
Facts,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Carry yourself very well.
Appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir,
I
man.
wasn't even able to drink when I met you.
Yeah, for real. Like, you had ate my wings. Like, you and a group of friends came, and all of them was like in their early 20s and things, and everybody was sitting on the side talking about business.
Man, if it ain't nappy, it's crappy, man. I'm telling you, bro. Them wings were so good.
I appreciate that, man.
It was that Henny Hot. I still got that flavor in my mouth, bro. That shit was gas.
That's what I try to tell Ski all the time, man. That's the impression I want to leave on people, man. I want you to be craving. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
craving my food and craving my flavors and things like that, man.
You're
So
right, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm ready for him to come back too. Shit.
We coming
Dude,
back, man. And this time we gonna
It's been a minute, boy.
This time when we coming to Florida, we in a new city, a new region, things like that, man. We are gonna partner with people like Gerson and other entrepreneurs, man. And we're gonna do this shit a lot bigger because I'm trying to figure out these IULs and
All the game, really.
and this business credit. I know a little bit about business credit. I had business funding before and things like that, but I had an accountant. And this is one mistake that I don't want y'all to make that I made. You know what I'm saying? I got to the point in my life where I had a 780 credit score. I had multiple cars, house. I had $300,000 in my bank account, and not only that, I'm making money every single day. So I was allowing my accountant and other people to do things for me instead of sitting there learning. You know what I'm saying? Like actually learning the credit and actually learning about life insurance and actually learning about investing. And my baby mom wanted to put me on day trading, like all of these different things. But I was just I don't know if it was arrogant or I don't know if it was arrogance or just stupidity or whatever, whatever it was, man. But I know now that I'm older, like when I meet people like you and I people around you, I want to learn how to do it myself instead of just saying, all right, you take care of my taxes or you take care of my credit or you take care of these. And then when you leave or you're not around no more, then I'm just like, damn.
How the hell am I about to do this
You know what I'm
shit?
saying? So that's
Right.
one thing important about life as being an entrepreneur, man. Learn how to do all of these things by yourself. Partner with people that can teach you and learn from it, and also learn how to do it yourself and keep your credit good. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of mistakes that I made in my early years of entrepreneurship. Just let other people handle everything for me and not really like feeling like I need to learn it myself. I pay for somebody to do everything. I pay somebody to clean my house. I pay somebody to cut my grass. I pay somebody, to wash my car, you know what I'm saying? But, it's just a life experience that I learned, life lesson.
You're on the right path, bro. I mean, I pay people to do my dishes, bro. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you feel me? And I'm saying that, but it's certain things that I didn't know how to do once my accountant left. You know what I'm saying? Like when I started getting these papers in the mail about this tax and annually fees and all, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? My
Right.
accountant not around to handle those things. And this time I make sure, I'm up on game with all this. And this time, I get my credit back good. I'm at a 686 today. Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Getting back towards the direction I'm going. But I'm gonna make sure I know how to maintain my credit.
For sure.
Keep my credit good. You know what I'm saying? When I get business loans, make sure I pay them business loans back and make sure I keep my interest rates. A lot of those things is important. You know?
Oh, for sure. Most definitely. I mean, it's one thing, like Gerson was saying, it's one thing you having someone wash your dishes for you, cut your grass, but especially anything involving like your business, it's better to know at least a little bit about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just for one, if somebody else is doing the shit right, and two, just to have the extra knowledge.
Yeah, man. I didn't even like count my own drawdown sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like I had the girls that work for me, my child's mother. I had a lot of people doing a lot of things that I didn't want to do. And that's good. That's good about being a boss. You can delegate things, but also you got to learn it. You got to learn your
Right.
business. You got to learn those things as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important. And, it's we appreciate you coming on here, man. And
Most
I know you
definitely,
got
man.
so much more game to give. But if you want to get more game, man, you got to reach out to our boy Gerson. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't give you all the sauce today. You know what I'm saying? But you gave a lot of game in a short period of time, man.
Most definitely, man.
Hell yeah, man. Well, two biggest things I'd like to leave, at least what I talked about off with, is almost the dangers of credit, right? It's probably one of the most powerful resources we have at our disposal, and that's for good and bad. You have a lot of powerful things you can do on the business side, and even traveling for free, using points. You can do a lot of good things with credit.
All right.
But you could also fuck yourself up real bad. You can get into a situation where you start worrying about bad debt. You start buying things that'll give you bad debt, like going on a shopping spree,
Right.
going to buy. Basically, if it's bad debt, if you use a credit card for it or other people's money for it, and it's not going to make you money.
All the shit I bought was bad debt.
If it don't make you money, bad debt.
That was like, honestly.
A lot of shit I bought was bad debt. Jewelry, cars, just all kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
I mean, even then, that's like most people, though, just being honest, a lot of people use credit for the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but one thing I can't say, I didn't live off credit. I didn't use credit to go buy things I couldn't afford. Everything I used credit for, I could afford it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So never do that. That's bad debt. If I'm gonna buy something material with a credit, I'm gonna be able to pay that off without the.
Right.
You know what I'm
If you can
saying?
use it like a debit card and you have the cash for it, perfect. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what you buy with your credit card.
Right.
I don't use my debit card.
Right.
I use my credit card for everything.
Everything.
Right.
Everything, dude. Everything. Unless like I have to use my debit card because they don't take credit. That's the only time I'll ever use my debit
Right.
card. But why would I use my debit card if I can just use my credit card and get points back?
Right,
Points
and then pay it off later.
too.
Bro, the points are huge.
Yeah.
The points are like here, cash back down here, man.
Right.
Points, it gives you options
Mm.
to travel for free, hotel stays for free, or you could just withdraw for cash. Same thing as the cash back, worth the same amount with the cash back, but with the point side, now you can transfer that over to like miles. You get the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, for example. Now you can transfer all their Chase points you have. What doesn't matter if it's on the Chase Sapphire Preferred. All their Chase points you can have, you can transfer it to the Sapphire, roll that into miles to, let's say United, for example. Now we have sometimes specials going on where you get an extra 10, 20, 30% when you roll over miles into a certain airline.
Right.
So then you get an additional amount, and we can make those points worth more than they actually are if you withdraw them just by traveling. Yeah, like Cody, like my boy Cody, he just went to Hawaii, business flight there back for Jay's birthday. He spent $5 on the flight.
Damn.
You pay the taxes and fees when you use your miles. So you paid $5
That's crazy.
for business class there and back.
Shit, I know how we get into Thailand.
Right, definitely, man. We definitely working with Gerson, man.
We'll get you to Thailand. Man.
Yeah, and I definitely like the partnership. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely love, instead of just paying you as a mentor or whatever, definitely learn how to do those, especially credit, man. I knew when I was I'm not saying when I was, but when I first started as an entrepreneur, I didn't know how important credit was until I sat down with my mentor. He's like, bring your pen and pad, and he just gave me so much game about, credit and things like that. But credit is very powerful, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, you don't use money at all, basically, barely?
Bro, I don't use my debit card.
At all.
Unless it's like paying rent. I'll use it right out of my account because they charge like $100 for a convenience fee for my damn for paying rent on my card. I'll put it on my I'll put it on the debit card for that. Well, not the debit card, just coming out straight out of the account.
Right.
Debit card, stay away from it. Just make sure you have the money you're using the credit card for.
Right, yeah.
That's the only thing. If you have the money to back it, use it as a debit card.
Right.
If we can use a different piece of plastic and just make more money with it, like there's more benefits to a different piece of plastic. It's just another piece of plastic.
Right.
But yeah, if you can avoid the debit card, I would, just because there is no benefits to it.
So explain to them, like one more time, the difference between good debt and bad debt.
That's an important topic. Hell yeah. Good debt. Anything that you purchase, maybe on a line of credit, a loan, for example, business loans. You're using those small business loans or the big business loans to go, scale your business or start your business. So what's that going to do? Make you money. It's going to bring in revenue. If you can tie the debt you're putting yourself in to an increase in revenue, that's good debt. That's good. Because it's going to lead to the fact that you're going to pay that off and continue making money because you're building a system, building an ecosystem, whatever it may be. Maybe you're building your business from scratch.
Right.
You know it's going to continue paying you for years down the line. You might have that debt that you're paying right now, but maybe you didn't have 50 grand out of pocket to start that business. So we got you a business line of credit, 0% interest. You just pay us for helping you get the process done. And from there, you can go ahead and start that business and get that cash flow going. That's like a big thing stopping a lot of people is
the cash flow.
Just the initial lump, like the initial whatever cash you get started.
Investment?
Yeah,
Right.
the initial. And when it comes down to it, if you're using all of your cash out of pocket to go pay down that initial and you fuck up, back to square one, bro.
Right.
Back to square zero. Maybe you're dead broke after that. Because I know myself, I put everything into the business. If I make 20 grand this month, I put aside my bills, I put aside, whatever money I'm putting away to investments, and I'm dumping like everything back into the business just because I want this shit scaling.
Right.
There's no need to be conservative starting off if you want a big business.
Right.
Like you got to go kind of balls to the wall,
Facts.
work those 16-hour days, and like people think it's kind of crazy, but like that's because they're not on that same wavelength.
Right.
They don't want the same things you do, so it is crazy to them. It's okay, and we don't have to all want the same things. But individuals like ourselves, like we have big goals.
We gotta put that work
Gotta
in.
put in
Yeah,
that
we got
extra
put it
work.
on
Big
our way.
action.
Yeah.
Facts.
But guess what? We're gonna put that work in for a couple of years and then live the rest of our life the way we want, and you're gonna be still working for the rest of your life. You get what I'm saying? So you put it up front, you go hard up front, like you say, balls to the wall up front, and then you can sit on your ass and let your money make money for you, but you gotta go hard in the beginning.
That's because you took advantage of good debt at the beginning, and then obviously with the bad debt, that's just gonna put you further down the hole. It's gonna hurt you, man. You're gonna have late payments if you can't keep up with those payments, maybe even collections. Now you're gonna have to come to me. I'm gonna remove them off your report. We'll start from scratch again, but I'd rather you not be put in that position in the first place.
Right.
So if you can, stay away from bad debt. If you're gonna make a stupid decision or stupid purchase, make sure you got a little extra cash. Yeah, put a little extra cash in the bank for it, man. Make sure you pay it off. Don't go buy a $5K Louis bag on the credit card and then ends up stacking interest. Now you really owe like $7K
right.
on it, and you got late payments on it,
Right.
and you got to pay me for credit, bro.
Right.
That accumulates, boy.
Now you just spent $20,000 on a damn Louis bag.
Yeah,
$5,000.
hope it was
I was
a good
about to
Louis
say,
bag,
I hope
man.
that bitch was worth it too. That bitch better be shining for real. Damn.
But yeah, man, I think that's a good summary of how individuals can go out there. And if you're young, 20 to 25, and no one's taught you about this, some really good resources out there to go look at. For example, Doug Andrew on YouTube, everything you know about IULs, and we'll go over how to use them at a very high level. Doug Andrew, 3-dimensional wealth, fire. If you want to learn about credit, there's a lot of guys out there. Even Cody himself, we do masterminds all the time. I don't know a lot of good other resources out there for specifically like business funding, but I do know that there's some really good people for the travel side, like Travel Like Tommy on Instagram.
Right, okay.
Dude travels like a boss for free all the time using credit.
Nice.
Travel Like Tommy?
Travel Like Tommy.
Okay. And the other guys who? Don Andrews?
Doug Andrew on YouTube, yeah.
Okay, Doug Andrews. All right.
Doug Andrew, 3-dimensional wealth, just everything IUL. So
Okay.
anything that you're like intrigued about, go look up Doug Andrew. If it makes sense, awesome. If not, no worries.
That's why y'all generation ain't really got no excuses, man, because it's no way you can't be successful because all of the information is out there. It's right here in your face. Just
All you
gotta
gotta do is grab it.
Yeah,
dude.
right.
You can open up the book a little bit.
Y'all got it way easier than we had it, man. We still had yellow pages in the phone book. You know what I'm saying? So everything is like at access right there.
If you're broke in 2025, it's a choice.
It's your choice. Say it again,
it's
bro.
your choice. If you're broke in 2025, it is 100% your choice.
I don't care where you came from, how your background was, it's your choice. Because there's so many ways to make money. You say that all the time.
Facts.
And there's so much resources, so many resources, so much research out here for you to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen people in my industry, like in the life insurance industry, that, dude, they started as a single mom, 2 kids, 3 kids with another job, and they just put the work in, they got good at it, and now they're making, 7 figures a year. There's so many success stories in the sales business and just
sales is the most important thing when it comes to life, any business.
Facts.
Sales.
If you work with me in sales, it's all right if you quit, but I'm gonna be pretty happy knowing that now he's gonna be able to go sell whatever he does.
Right.
At least,
That
at
skill
least I
set.
let him go a better person.
Right.
Like, shit, you don't want to work with me anymore? That's fine. You can part ways. At least I know you learned something that you can use for anything you do.
Right. And you left better than you came.
That's the most important part.
Give them some books to check out. So what are your favorite sales books?
There is a great book by, I don't know the actual author of it, but it's about Ben Feldman.
Okay.
One of the greatest life insurance salesmen ever, Ben Feldman. If you look up Ben Feldman book, I don't remember the name of the actual book, but it was all about Ben Feldman. He didn't write it. It was a biography about him.
Got you.
And a lot of the lingo he used to use, and like even some transcripts of like meetings he had. Fantastic book about Ben Feldman. That's all about life insurance. So like sales, Way the Wolf is a really good book.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's a great one.
That straight line system.
100%. Hey, but also like mindset books, I would recommend something along the lines of like Think and Grow Rich if you never got into
my
it.
favorite book. You got to read that by Napoleon
Got
Hill.
to.
If you've never read it before, you should. It's a great book.
Rich Dad,
Fuck,
Poor
yeah.
Dad.
You know, I actually never read Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Read that book, man.
I started
Robert
to.
Kiyosaki.
Yeah.
You gotta read that book. The way you talk, you'll love that book, man. That's one of my favorite books besides Think and Grow Rich. Brian Tracy, one of my favorite authors. Napoleon Hill, one of my favorite authors, and he's been dead 50 plus years. You get what I'm saying?
Napoleon Hill has some really good like audio recordings too.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
he does. I listen to him every day.
Those are great on like YouTube.
Yeah, every day I listen to Napoleon Hill.
But with that old time sounding voice, bro, and the old
radio,
recording,
yeah.
I'm locked in when I'm hearing that.
Facts.
I'm locked
I
in.
sent one to him. He watched it 3 times in one day.
Yeah, bro.
Same
Yeah.
video.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, anything to do with just harnessing the law of attraction is going to be a good book.
Right.
If it's written by a person that has some results to back it.
Right.
Someone called Kevin Trudeau.
I haven't heard of him.
He was in like secret societies back in the day, and then
What's his name?
Kevin Trudeau.
Trio. How you spell that?
Trudeau, like it's like
Oh, Trudeau?
yeah, it's like the Canadian president
Okay.
Trudeau.
Gotcha.
Not related, but yeah, Kevin Trudeau is something that he changed my life when I first started this, and back when I was like 18, bro. Something called "Your Wish Is Your Command."
Okay.
It's like a 13
I'm gonna
part
type
audio
it into my
series.
phone while we are right here so I can look
I'll
that
send
up.
it to you too.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's better than
I
man.
have all of them downloaded on Dropbox.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
you can't find them anymore online.
Okay.
These audios I'm talking about, they're not online anymore.
Said your wish is my command.
Your Wish Is Your Command. It's
Okay.
like a 13 part audio series. It's like a convention he did over a course of 2 days. And it's like an hour each episode, hour each increment. Really fantastic stuff going over why it is so important to harness that mental energy to be able to produce what you want in life, because it's all at the end of the day energetics and it's vibrations. So if you can just harness that and be aware of what is affecting you positively and negatively, your vibration and your energy, then you can be in more control of what you're producing, what you're attracting.
Right.
Like everything you're putting out in the world, all the energy you're putting out in the world, it's all coming back to you. Like every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You're putting out energy, you're gonna get something back in return.
Right.
And I just want to make sure I'm putting out the right things so I can get what I want back.
Right.
So it's going over a lot of really important stuff. I think most individuals that are in entrepreneurship need to know.
The
Right.
laws of
Especially for
attraction.
starting. Yeah, law of attraction.
Yeah.
Eating healthy, bro. Not just for like not being fat, but
Your
eating
mind
healthy
too.
for the mind.
For the
bro.
Right.
brain, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah, that's the mindset side of it. But that's all day one. If you go into business and you're not prepared for personal development, you're not prepared to go through those mental struggles, those mental battles with yourself,
Building
changing
character.
that paradigm and altering your perspective on things. That's the hardest battle in business.
Right.
The money side is stupid easy. Stupid easy.
Right. The money is easy. That's the easiest thing is working on yourself first and having the mindset to be able to attract the things that you want. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Be prepared. You got to prepare yourself for the things you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand that. Like, you're asking for all of these things, the money, the wealth, and you're not becoming a person to be able to accept those blessings. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the most important thing about being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, but also
Becoming a person before becoming that person.
right, like you said, it always starts with character. At the end
Yes,
of the
sir.
day, after you get the character, then you can get the fruits of your labor after that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For sure, man.
It's like with this podcast, man. You can't go start a podcast without getting the equipment done, without building the websites, building the infrastructure behind it,
Right.
the corporations. Because you see it being big, like you got to prepare for that, man.
Right.
That's like with entrepreneurship. You got to build the foundations. You got to buy the equipment. You got to buy the right course from the right person. You got to invest into mentorship. It's something huge on social media right now. People are like, "Oh, you sell a course, you're a guru." It's like, well, maybe if you bought it, you'd have a little more money in your pocket if you actually
Right.
implemented what they're talking about.
Right.
Not all of it's real. A lot of it is bullshit.
A lot of it's fluff.
Right.
A lot of it is,
Once you have that discernment, you can tell what's real and what's not real. You know, some of it's fluff, but a lot of good information is out there. And like you said, you got to go through a few people before you find somebody real.
Alex
you know?
Hormozy says it like this. He's like, it's like the cost of your entrepreneurship tuition. It's like, if you're not going to school, those same 4 years, you should still be investing into
It's something.
education,
Right.
mentorship. Like, put yourself around individuals that are performing, producing, and have results. And when you spend money on mentorship, when you spend money on events, when you spend money on whatever education you're doing, or even if you lose money in a bad investment, no, that was just the
Learn
cost.
from it.
That was my
Right.
tuition.
That's
That
it.
was this year's tuition.
Right.
Yeah.
It's part of the game. It's part of the game. Like we were saying, it comes with ups and downs. About to say you got to learn somehow, right? It's not going to always be sweet.
It's never gonna be
Amen.
sweet. You just gonna learn how to deal. You just gonna learn how to deal with it better. You know what I'm saying?
You just gotta add a little honey on top. You know?
Right.
It's like a boxer. It's never gonna be sweet to get punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? But you done build up that toughness to be able to, deal with it.
Facts.
Hell yeah, dude. That's something Sean Mike says, president of FFL. He says like this, like, people are so tough. People have everything planned out. They have everything good to go until they get punched in the face.
get
And
punched
they're
in the
fucking
mouth.
rocked, bro.
That's it.
Then they're on their ass like, what
What
do
the
I do now?
fuck?
And, bro, in
You gotta
business, you
prepare
gotta
for
be
that
prepared to get
punch.
punched in the
That
face,
punch is
man.
gonna come. It's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? Like inevitable, whatever. I be trying to say words sometimes. I be doing what I want to say and shit, man.
No, that was pretty good this
I think
time.
I got a speech impediment.
That was better. That was better.
Say it again.
Inevitable.
Yeah.
That one.
It's gonna come. That punch in the face gonna come. You feel me? Yeah.
Probably multiple of them, too.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. Back to back.
Shit.
But once you get used to it, you like, all right, now you know how to bob and weave and slip. You know what I'm saying? It gets a lot easier, man.
Right. And even then, if you fall, shit, just get your ass right back up.
Back up.
All right. I mean, it's a famous saying, you fall 7, get up 8, but I feel like that's kind of a cliche now, and people don't understand what it means behind it. Yeah, I fall down, I got to get back up. It's like, no, bro, you don't just got to get back up.
You gotta learn from that.
You gotta stay on the ground for a second. But all right, well, why am I here?
Right.
Why the fuck am I here right now? Why to get my ass rocked?
Right.
Why was I exposed? Where was I exposed?
Don't just keep getting back up and keep getting back right now.
Right, you
And yeah.
You're gonna learn the same lesson over and over and over and over again until you learn it.
Until you learn it.
Until you really learn. Until you implement it. Because
Right.
you can learn a lesson and it goes one ear out the other.
Right.
When you implement it though, and you actually have something that's gonna stay with you and like in your mentality and be part of your new perspective and your new paradigm, your new behavior, and it'll happen. Like if you get punched in the face that many times, that hard, you'll learn. You won't want to make the same mistake again,
Right.
bro.
And I got that wall enough, you're gonna learn. I don't whip my head like that no more.
Right.
So
Yeah, bro. And yeah, speaking of sales, the past like year and a half, first real like entrepreneurship job where I'm building my own business, dude. I've had to learn that like months in a row, just because I mean I've only been in the business for a year and a half, so I'm just getting started.
Right.
And thank God I was able to, come across great people, lose great people, come across shitty people, lose shitty people, make money, lose money, have a great investment, bad investment, whatever it may be. But, bro, 2025 is going to be absolutely massive.
Right.
Just take last year's good things, implement them, cut out the shit, and let's get better every year, man.
There you go.
That's for all three of us, man. This 2025 is the year, man.
Big
yeah,
facts.
We went
coming
through the
up.
same thing in 2024, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot similar to you, know what I'm saying? Dealt with shitty people, met some great people, you know what I'm saying? Won some money, lost some money, so, but everything that we learned last year and the year before, we're going to use that for this year and move up a lot faster, man. So
Absolutely.
This is the year of the Titans.
Hey, I love that.
I like
Year
it,
of the
I like
Titans,
it.
man. 2025.
For sure, man.
But
Man.
on that note,
I think we're going to go ahead and end it off there, man.
Yeah, that's great.
before we do, man, give them your information. If anybody want to look you up, that phone number, email, social media, whatever, man, just let the camera know. And
Yeah, absolutely. At the Gerson Maya, GersonMaya, the Gerson Maya on Instagram. Got all my information in my bio. You can click on there and schedule a meeting with me if you want to. I'll give you my number. I won't do it right here, but my number, I'll give it to you. Just got to reach out first, man.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Hey,
it was
man.
a pleasure on here, man.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you.
We appreciate you, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
the game, man.
Man,
Yeah.
couldn't
This
ask
is
for
the
more
Raw
people.
and Uncut podcast. Appreciate you guys. And until next time.